Hello everyone, how you doing? This is your boy Food Junkie, just coming at you with a quick cooking demonstration of how to cook Spam fried rice. Right now I have my wok heating up, making sure that it's at a nice hot temperature. You want to make sure that you are heating this up to about a medium high heat. You want it to be nice and screaming hot. There's some oil in here already. I've already pre-cooked everything already, pre-sliced everything already, so this is gonna be a really quick video. The rice is cooked, as you can see right here, nice and fluffy, nice and hot. No, can y'all see that? No, y'all can't see that. The rice, nice and fluffy, nice and hot. Um, we have the rice right here. We have our Spam already chopped up. We have our onions, we have our garlic, we have our green onions as a garnish. You see that all right here as well. We have our eggs already scrambled. I use the same wok to scramble the eggs, as you can see right here. Then we have our just some leftover frozen vegetables too. Got some leftover frozen vegetables right here as well that we're going to add to that. So it's nice and hot. I can smell it. So let's go ahead and put this Spam in right quick. See that? Just want to make sure this is nice and steaming hot. You want the Spam to be actually in cubes. You want this to be nice and brown, nice and crispy. As you can see, I just cubed it up. You know, then we'll turn it up a little bit more. You know, make this nice and crispy. Because when we put everything else in, everything else is going to dilute this heat, so it's not going to be as crispy. So you just want to cook this first. And although you know Spam is already processed cooked meat anyway, you just really want to crisp it up. You want to do nice brown edges with that. While I'm doing this, I'm not going to add the sauce I'm going to add is turkey sauce, soy sauce, and a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil as well. Of course, salt and pepper, and then I'm also going to use a little bit of you know, ginger and salt and pepper, of course. That's get nice and crispy. Find it. Smell that already. It's getting nice and crispy. What is this? That's not it. I'm trying to find this ginger in this cabinet full of all kind of seasonings and ingredients and stuff. While there we go, right there. You can smell that getting cooked. Okay. You see it's already getting brown on some edges. At this point, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of toasted sesame seed oil, because you know sesame seed oil is very strong in flavor, but you also give you that nice Asian aroma. See, not too much, just a little bit of that right there. It's gonna, all right, you already can smell it. As soon as it hit the heat, you already smell it. I think that's a little bit brown enough. You don't want it to be crispy. You just want the edges to be a little bit crispy. You don't want it to be so crispy to where this turns into bacon or jerky, anything like that. Make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. And this spoon right here came with the wok, so you want to use all the things that are nice and brown, nice and toasted. Now you want to add the white onion to it. That's that. You know, you still want the onion to be have a little bit of toothiness to it when you bite into the rice. Because you know, every time you cook fried rice, the onions always are prevalent in there. You want to cut everything around the same size. I just use one small onion, 1 can of Spam. It's just for me. This is for a little bit of snack before I head to work, and also for my dinner tonight while at work. You also At this point, the onions have been there for a while. You also want to just add, you know, your frozen vegetables in. Depends on how much you want in there. Be careful because oil and the moisture from the vegetables do not mix very well, so be very careful that you stand back. You don't want to, you know, hurt yourself. And you put it in while it's frozen. Well, I do because I just take it out the freezer. Because it's going to cook down while everything is cooking. You see how that looks right here? Again, the stir fry mix. Now let's add this garlic in as well. Nice and garlicky. Put that in right there. You know, the green onion goes on top as the garnish as well. So you're gonna cook everything. You're starting to smell the onions are coming out, the garlic is coming out. It's getting all nice and coated in that sesame seed oil, toasted sesame seed oil, which is really good. At this point, I'm going to add my salt, pepper, and my crushed ginger. Just a little bit right there, not too much. You want your Chinese fried spice in here as well. Be careful with this. Don't want to add too much. And of course, your salt and pepper. You want to season it liberally, because when you add, and you want to season it with pepper liberally, and salt not so much, because as you know, soy sauce has enough salt content in it. So the teriyaki sauce. So you just want to put a little bit though. Just a little bit, not too much. I liberally seasoned it with the pepper though. That Chinese fried spice is coming out. You're starting to smell it. It's gonna smell like a Chinese restaurant up and through here. No. See that right there. You want to take this rice and fluff it up. You know what I'm saying? They say fluff up your rice with a fork. The grains are nice and whole still, as you can see. Now let's start pouring some of this. We're not going to use all this rice. We're going to use enough of it. Stuff that on that still. So, you know, as rice, it still soaks up all the moisture. Use about, you know, 3/4 of the rice that was in a pot. You just want to kind of like fluff it, you know, scrape the edges, make sure there's no bits and pieces that is not filling the love. I was going to do this just because I wanted this, because I had a taste for Asian food, and I was going to go get it at work. You know what, let me just do a demonstration of how to cook your own fried rice. And what I have in here that's easy and prepared. Oh, Spam. You know, like I said, you can make any dish look elevated, you know, based on how you prepare it. Y'all, did that look like fried rice to y'all? Does it look like fried rice to y'all? Does that look like fried rice to y'all? You know, see the grains of the rice are still whole. You know what I'm saying? It's not mushing together. It's not, you know, looking like goop or slop. Now, of course, you know, when you cook the rice, I put salt in my water. I know that's not the traditional way to cook rice. It's easy. You have to rinse the rice out first and make sure that, you know what I'm saying, the water line from different rice comes to this part in your hand, comes to a vigorous boil. Turn it down once it's a vigorous boil, you know, and then turn the heat off after a couple of minutes, and then let it all soak up all the water. Cook it that way. That's not how I do it this time. I do it how my mama used to do it. Drown the rice, put some salt in it, put way more rice, put way more water than rice in there, and then call it a day.